bada boom with this one. The goddamn room. We are here today to bring back, to give you seasonal talk with your host, Thabreakmaster. So, if you are new to this is something we're going to be doing for this season of anime of summer 2025. There's a bunch of anime to talk about, a lot of bangers up on the list, but we got to ask, which one is going to be the best of the week? We're going to find out about that. We're also going to figure out what are we going to keep watching and what are we going to drop. So this is also something that's going to be an experiment, right? We're going to try to figure out how we feel about these shows as we continue watching them. And yeah, there are some bigger names that are on here. They're out on this season, but they're not actually in this list. For the shows that I chose right now to talk about, there's 9 on the bracket. You'll be surprised at what's on here. So, I hope I entertain you enough. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Why don't we? Okay. What is this? What's going on here? Hold on a second. We have technical difficulties already. Right off the gate, baby. Right off the gate. Hold on a second. I know what I need to do. How you doing, Prime? How you doing, Deso? Guess we're back. Yeah, guess who's back? We back again. Having technical difficulties because having my face up on the scene. That's not what we're supposed to do. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna delete this. Let's get that out the way, and then also, shoot. I might as well just get this out the way too, and then let's get this out the way as well. So this is not intruding on any of the other images in this thing here. Oh god. Oh no. How we start off freaking bootleg. All right. Let me see. Let me delete this, and then bring it back. All right. It's okay. Let's go to downloads, and then go to this. I said then go to this. Okay. All right. No, it's just what happened? It's not. Oh boy. Okay. No, add directory. My bad. That's why I did. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right there. There we go. That's what I was supposed to do. Woo! There we go. Yeah. Woo! We got it fixed. That you didn't see that. All right. Look, there's gonna be individual videos with all these. Just know. Look, this is why you watch it live, because you don't know what you're going to see. You don't know what you're going to get, all right? It's going to be a Breakmaster stream without technical difficulties. Man, look, man. Doing a bunch of episodes today, so I caught up on most animes I watched. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you're here then. You're ready for this. Also, freaking Dubs, welcome in. This season is heat for real, though? It is. There's a lot of good anime. So, the first on the bracket that I want to talk about here today is Clevantes. It has 2 episodes out so far. The episode came out today, actually, and me and Anna decided to watch that bad boy, and so we did this, and we watched this show, and I gotta say, this right here might actually just be a keeper. This might actually be a keeper of a show for us. I'm liking it so far. This demon is very interesting, given the fact that, this baby kind of got bestowed to him. He thinks this might be like some kind of, fortune for him as this baby grows stronger, and so he needs to be able to protect this baby. And this is why he found the hero that he actually killed, brought back. That was in the first episode. He brought that girl back and said, "You gonna take care of this baby," but she don't know how to take care of the baby. She ain't never been pregnant before. She ain't got no breast milk, so she's like, "All right, well, we gotta go to this village," and then got the freaking money. Pick up this money, and that money actually you can only get that money in these like darker caves in these areas where all these demons are at. All right, there's a bunch of demons here. All right. The human race is secluded to like a spot basically. That's your area, and then you jump over there outside the area, you gonna get mollywopped by all these demons. All right, that's pretty much what this goddamn story is all about. All right, that's what it's all about. But it's kind of hype. It has pretty good animation. I'm liking the story thus far for what's going on here. Episode 2 in particular kind of hit me in the feels simply because they got slaves in this, right? So like episode 2, you see these 2 here, right? They get caught by some bandits, and they're going to be involved in the whole slave trade thing, basically, right? Supposedly, anyways, right? So, as that was all going on here, look, Demon Boy over here still trying to find somebody to be able to give milk to this goddamn baby. And so they found someone, right? Or she found someone, or they found someone, right? And this chick and her backstory is so sad. It's so sad. She was born into this bullcrap, right? into the slavery and all this other bullcrap here. Her mother was taking on all the damage until one day she disappeared, and at age 12 she started getting freaking punched by the people that were punching her mother. And it's like, bro, what is this? And she had a bunch of freaking stillbirths. It's a sad story, and I'm just like, bro, what is happening? All right. Even the demon, I think, was like kind of moved by this. The demon was like, all right, you know, you have a purpose. You look, we gonna need that breast milk. All right, you should come over here. But she's so broken by the system that she doesn't know how to like get away from that. And also the fact is you're still a slave too right now. You have to know high and mighty, but you are in the slave trade at the moment with everybody else. And so the way this episode ends in episode 2 is kind of insane because we find out with this demon bringing her back to life, you know, the girl, the hero girl, bringing her back to life. She's supposedly immortal. So she does something kind of crazy at the end, and it was gruesome. I didn't expect to see that, like in the show. It was a lie. I was like, oh my God. Like, her body's all, it's like contorted. I was like, oh, because she falls off this really long bridge, and it's like the area that she fell, like the impact, it was disgusting. It was disgusting, all right? That's one way of getting out of your situation, because, you know, she ain't about that life, right? She ain't about that life. But yeah, this show's quite interesting. I'm trying to give you the looseness of everything that's going on outside episode 2, because episode 2 is kind of lit. But there's a 45-minute first episode, and then 21, 23 minutes on the second episode, so we're back to like regular timing episodes now, right? But this is something worth watching. All right, I spoiled a little bit for you guys, but I'm trying to get y'all in here to watch this goddamn show because it's good. This is one of the better ones potentially out of this season. I know there's like Sakamoto Day supposed to be coming out here, but you know what? Who don't care about that? We don't care about that. Let me stop. I ain't even talk about that show yet. But what we got? Watching the dub for it, and the dub does very well. That is also very true too. The dub is pretty good. I'm watching the dub for it as well. The dub's pretty good. I enjoy it. There is a few voices in the beginning, if I remember correctly, that sounded kind of weird for me at first, but like the actual main cast of characters, they're good. They're good. All right. It does have potential. Yes, it does. Haven't checked this one out. That's so you should. This is worth watching. This is actually really good. I think, Prime, you're the one that even said like to watch the show, right? I think you're the one that said this. This is good. I like the show a lot. So this is going to be something I will not drop. I'm keeping my eyes on this. This is something I'm going to stay with probably until the end because it's worth that much. It is worth that much. So, this, you should be watching. You should be watching. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next show. Like, we got other shows to talk about, right? Sorry, I don't know why I picked this picture. This looks so goddamn menacing. Like, look at this dude. Look at this guy right here. You see this man? He looking at you like he about to do something to you, but he ain't gonna do nothing. He's actually not a bad guy. He just looks like a bad guy. But see, you're judging because he's fat. Stop it. Stop it. See, I see you over there. Stop judging him. All right? Because he's the strongest sucker in the goddamn show. The show is called Ugly Mug Epic Fighter. That's the English name for it. And I'm not gonna lie, it depends. So there's one episode out on this so far. It depends on what they decide to do going forward. Because this show has a lot of potential to be something better than most isekais. I'm going to say that right now. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case, because this show could easily go to the degenerate route. Granted, with what this guy's, his whole demeanor, what's going on with him, his whole life has been like an ugly mess. He's an ugly dude that's living in this ugly world, and so since you're ugly, they want to step on you, right? You're like, get the crap out of here, because you ain't beautiful like me, you know what I'm saying? You ain't looking pretty. You ain't about nothing, all right? That's pretty much what this whole world's all about, right? So he's feeling like that in the actual world. And he lost his job because freaking, you know, gotta have some lady, right? You gotta have some lady, gotta make this man look even worse. Because, like, who's gonna believe an ugly man, right? Right? It was like, oh, you touched me on the bus, right? Oh, he's one of those suckers. All right, he's one of those Chicon suckers, you know what I'm talking about. Here we go. He about to go to jail. Like, it's some bullcrap. It was all a bunch of bullcrap. And then we find out later that the girl actually ended up getting arrested anyways because she, she's done this a lot to other men, so she's kind of bad, right? But his reputation's already under the ground, under the rock. It's bad. So he finds this thing online and is like, oh, you can be reincarnated into this world, have a reset in your life. All you gotta do is look outside the window, raise your hand, and do the nay-nay, and that way you too can be a part of this new world. And so he decides to humor this, and then boom, he's actually involved in that. But first, you got to actually set up your name, set up how your character looks, and I guess apparently the more restrictions you add to your character, the stronger you get. So this man understood the assignment. He said, I'm about to make myself super, super ugly. That's how he found out in the first place. He's like, oh, wait. So if I'm ugly, I get points. He's like, all right, bet. I'm going to put this restriction where I can't have sex. I'm going to put the restriction where if a woman touches me, I take 5 damage every time they touch me. Like, this man can't do nothing, all right? Like, if you think some Gooner action is going to happen, it's going to be hard for him to do. Pause. So, yeah, he goes into this world, and we meet these other cast of characters that all have some other, issues, obviously, within their lives. One of the dudes we see here, he's somebody that says, like, he doesn't have, like, a lot of good communication skills, which seems like a lie to me, given that he was very communicative in this entire episode, but that's besides the point. But when I see the potential in this show here of what it could do is actually tell a bit of a story of, like, all these characters are broken in some way, right? And we can go into that backstory and kind of highlight what's actually going on with them and see them actually overcome those fears and those things that in the real world brought them down. You know what I mean? I want to see some actual wholesome, like, moments, especially when it comes to the main character here, right? The fact that he still can't, he can't escape this whole ugliness. He can't, for some reason, I mean, he accepts it of himself, which is, I mean, in a way, it's kind of an endearing thing that he decides to not change that about himself. But at the same time, it's just like, it's still something that's always an obstacle that he has to overcome, even in this new world that he's in. So they don't realize he's that strong, by the way, but it's cool to see. So I'm just hoping that they have a lot of, like, character moments, and we already seen one in this episode, actually. So I'm just hoping we continue on with that. That can be, like, the major theme of this, and this can actually have something that could probably talk even more about how society views people, right? Like, this show could get really deep. I just don't know if it's actually going to do that, right? Most isekais don't tend to want to get too crazy when it comes to the layerings of their plot and of their story, but I have a feeling maybe Ugly Mug Epic Fighter can do that. So I am going to keep an eye on this. I always give the 3-episode rule. 3 episodes, if it's still hitting, I'm going to still watch it. So that's how I feel about it. What are we talking about, Peach? Welcome in. We're talking about Ugly Dude Epic Fighter. This is an anime that is on the bracket right now for the summer 2025 anime list of things we're talking about right now. We're talking about a bunch of anime. So like if you've seen stuff within this season, you're in the right place to talk about this show right now. We are in the talking portion now of this. So I'm kind of curious what y'all thinking right now. What are y'all thinking about this? Man, that Sakamoto hate. Look, man, I am hating on Sakamoto. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Look, Sakamoto could be a lot better, okay? It's just like, I was hearing so much hype about this show, and when it finally came out, and it's like, the show's not bad, but I don't understand why people hype the show. Is there something I'm missing? Because I don't understand. And I know that partly is, like, because the animation isn't popping like Solo Leveling animation, because that show, I feel like, because of how simple it is, it needs something else, and the animation, I think, is what we needed for that show, but because it didn't get that type of level of animation, that's part of the reason why I feel like it kind of falters a bit. We'll see what happens with this upcoming season, because season 2 is coming, so or the second quarter, so I'm kind of curious of, like, how that's gonna go, but I doubt it's gonna change the way it looks, like, at all. So look, it is what it is, man. I don't recommend many animes, but when I do, it turns out well. I mean, I'll give you that, Prime. I'll give you that, because like I said, that show's pretty good. Never mind, not that Sky I was thinking of. Oh, really? Not the Isekai slander. I'm not slandering Isekai. I'm just saying there's a lot. But to be fair, I can't even necessarily say that, Prime, that there's a lot of them that don't tell like stronger stories. It's just there's so many Isekais. That's kind of the problem. Isekais is a genre in of itself that's kind of oversaturated. So it's kind of hard to, like, say all Isekais are like this or whatever the case is. There is always the fantasy aspect, like that same, like, structure of the world is always kind of there, so you kind of always understand isekais because the structure of the fantasy world is not too much different from a lot of other fantasy isekai shows. So I'm just saying, man. Only want to watch Sakamoto Days because Alexa Bliss, same, Prime, same. The fact that she's actually there, she did a good job, was pretty good. All right, talking down at all tonight. Actually, no, I was gonna spoil it for you. Don is not getting talked about just yet. I will do that probably next week. And I only did that because I got 9 shows already, and I wanted to talk about some of the new shows that came out, not the second season type shows, right? A lot of these shows are their first time running, basically. There isn't any other season 2 stuff in here. Down and Down will be talked about probably more than likely next week, because it depends on what I'm going to keep watching and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens there. Didn't think it was. Like, look, man, I had to tell you, man. I had to tell you. It's like art paneling is so good that we see why people are disappointed in the anime, but it's not that bad by any comparisons by some other things. Okay, I mean, I figured that was what the case is. It's just it's the animation that's really kind of not hitting on the on. Like I said, it's not bad animation. I keep saying that because I feel like people take what I'm saying wrong. It's not bad animation. It's just there are moments in there where the fight scenes should be a lot better, but they're not, and it's like you could do more than this, especially considering if, like, look at the manga. The manga's way better looking. Like, we can catch up to that to some degree. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But Ugly Mug, Epic Fighter. This guy, he's something to look out for. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on this. So let's move on to the next show. All right, y'all talked about this literally just yesterday, so I decided to actually watch it. It is called Turkey. It's a bowling anime about these 5 girls. You know, this is the club, obviously, right? You know, they're in school. They have a bowling club, and obviously you have to have 5 students to make a club. You know, that's how that's like the standard thing in Japan when you're trying to make a club and all that. Yeah, you know the usual standards here. So, what to say about this? Because the first episode has me for like I'm so like, what happened? Like, if you've seen the first episode, I don't understand why I got supernatural at the end. I was so confused on this because it was just a regular bowling show, right? You know, we got the pink hair girl being the leader. She's the one that actually kind of knows how to bowl, but for some reason, when it becomes like really important, like she can get a turkey. So that's 3 strikes in a row, right? That's 3 strikes in a row that she can get a turkey. But after that, for some reason, she just falters. She always fails. But it seems like she does that purposefully just so that she doesn't really like. She just wants to have fun. She don't really want to win necessarily. I don't know what it is exactly when it comes to her, right? But the purple hair chick that you see on the picture, she don't like that. She wants to leave the goddamn group because she's like, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to be a winner. I'm not here for losers, okay? I don't know what's going on here. And so she practicing by herself. They try to convince her to come back, and then that's when supernatural stuff start going on. And it's like, what? I don't understand. I need to see the next episode to know what's actually going on here because all I know is they're getting sucked into the goddamn bowling pin area, and there ain't nothing they can do. They're just all going. So I don't know if they're going to get Isekai into they got Isekai into another world. And I don't know how bowling is going to be involved in this. I don't know if there's like a bait and switch where it's like, oh, but it was actually a bowling show. Psych, it's a freaking Isekai fantasy show. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't know what we're doing. I have no idea. So the fact is, I am interested. It was a pretty interesting first episode just because it really turns your head and makes you think twice about what you're watching. So, to be honest, at least give this 3 episodes before I actually drop this thing or not. So, we'll see what happens. But Turkey's not bad. All right? Roast that bad boy and watch this thing real quick. If you're not first, you're last. I mean, that's very true. That's very true. With the bowling anime is acting. That's kind of, yes, Prime. I was so confused. That's what it seems like. It looks like a freaking isekai because they go to another world. And it's like, why? I don't know. That's what we gotta find out the next episode. Not the bowling anime. Hey man, the bowling anime came out of nowhere, and it's surprising. Okay, it's surprising. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Check this out. Check it out. There's only 1 episode out so far. Why not watch it? Right? Good. Do I have to watch it now? If you want to, go ahead. Give it a shot. Aside from the popular stuff like Don Don and whatnot, I like the With You in the Rain, Clevantes, and that rock anime. Blanking on the name of the rock anime. The heck is the rock anime? I haven't seen With You in the Rain. I said there's still more shows I need to watch. There's a lot I'm trying to get into, but it's hard, man. It's hard, right? Yeah, you are an isekai guy, and you gonna do it. We probably gonna like this. You probably gonna like this. But all right, let's move on to the next show. Bada boom. Ah, yes. This one is the Netflix special here, right? This is the summer when Hikaru dies, okay? This man right here. What can I say about this? This has a very interesting, like, very intriguing, like, first episode. The feel I get about this show, and it kind of hit me just now. The feel I get from this show is kind of like a summertime rendering where there's a lot of questions and a lot of mystery in this series, and you gotta kind of wonder like what's gonna happen in this town with these demons. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it has that same type of summertime rendering like feel in some way, shape, or form. It's a very slower paced type anime too that you don't always see nowadays. So this one kind of really let itself cook a little bit, but it's definitely not bad. There's a interesting relationship between the two that you see in the picture here. I don't know if there was actually like like an actual relationship or what's really going on, right? But there's obviously feelings there. We just don't know, and we probably will never know for real because Hikaru dies. Hikaru is a white hair dude right there that you're seeing. Man's dead. And what ends up happening is that his body gets embodied or gets taken over by this like demonic presence or whatever that thing was that got inside of him. You don't know exactly what it is, but it's inside of him. And what's weird about this whole situation is that this fake Hikaru, which is technically actually Hikaru because that's his actual body, he has the memories of Hikaru and everything. The best friend here accepts this fact. He finds out that this is not Hikaru, but he accepts the fact that this is not Hikaru, and he's like, as long as you're still here, that's all that matters to me. And it's like, it makes you wonder how the dynamics are going to be as we continue onwards, because at the end of the episode, Hikaru kind of does something, and that kind of alerts, like, these people that are they're hunting for these type of demons. So they're going to be in that town trying to figure out what's going on here. So I'm kind of curious what kind of influence Hikaru will have over the town itself and how this is all going to play out, because it's quite interesting. Like I said, it has that type of summertime rendering feel for me, right? I'm looking forward to this. But I'll give it 3 episodes before I actually say I'm going to watch this for real, because I don't know yet where I'm going to be when it comes to the summer of when Hikaru died, all right? But this is not bad. This is definitely not bad. Don't let the Yuri fans find this one. I mean, look, maybe they need to. It feels very summertime rendering. Yeah, that's because I remember someone saying there was like a feeling they had for it, but like that's not quite right. And summertime rendering, that was our Lord and Savior. It did its thing, and this show is kind of giving that same type of vibe, which I don't mind because I love summertime rendering. So I'm just saying, all right. Of course, the demons are going inside people. Exactly. Pause. And I watched this too. So much anime, I can't remember everything I watched. This is why we're here, Peach. This is why we're here, to talk about it, to discuss these shows that are coming out here, and whether or not we should all still watch these things here, right? This is what seasonal talk is all about, baby. Yeah, I said that, though I wish people didn't watch the trailer, though. Well, yeah. I mean, again, trailers tend to kind of show too much a lot of the time, so I try to avoid watching trailers, but then at the same time, I can't help but watch trailers, because when y'all give me the freaking links, I'm going to watch the trailer. So, like, I say I try to avoid it, but am I really avoiding it when you guys keep giving it to me? Is it breaking a law if he's asleep with a demon since he's the dead? Prime, you're being sus, but at the same time, that's a very good question. If, let's say, their relationship actually goes further, because, again, it's like he doesn't seem to mind this being a demon, but at the same time, it does bother him in some way. Like, there's still that inkling that's there. It's like, but you're not actually him. I'm not really loving Hikaru. So I don't know. That's a good question, actually. We don't really know. Will they explore that? I'm not sure. The demon actually likes the guy too, because like the demon had a chance to go. Like once he got found out, he said, "I don't want to kill you. Like I actually like you. Like I don't want to kill you like this." And then even later on in the episode, he said, "I like you." Like straight up, like had like this endearing face. And all right, because like the best friend asked, like, "Do you like me?" He's like, "Oh, I like you. I like you a lot." It's like ooh. Looking like a goddamn midnight snack, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like he was feeling it. So, I don't know. We gonna have to find out. We have to find out how much Yuri you gonna get in this. We don't know. But this show again. There's only one episode out for this so far that I've seen. So I will say, give this a shot. This is another show worth watching. All these shows I think that I have on the bracket today are worth watching. I feel like. Actually, no, I'm lying to you. There actually is one on here that maybe not actually, but we'll get to that. I don't know if that's the next one. I don't remember the order of this, so we'll see what happens. What's to be inside 2 bodies? Oh my God! All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, all right. I thought we were gonna talk about the other one, but no, this is actually the heat right here. This is Tokopi Original Sins. I randomly got into this show, just randomly, right? I was trying to look for shows to watch, right? And so I was like, this art style looks kind of interesting. So I started watching it. And I was like, yeah, the art style in general, I love the animation in the show. It's freaking fantastic. It's great. And it fits perfectly with the theme of this freaking series. Because this series is very dark. It's very sad. You're not going to be able to actually freaking, like, hold back tears. Okay? You're going to be feeling something after watching this show. There's 2 episodes out so far. Next episode comes out freaking Friday. I am looking forward to it. This is a immediate must watch. This is potentially Gonna be one of my favorite shows out this season, potentially. It depends on how they actually tell the story. But from what I've seen the first 2 episodes, this is some unexpected greatness that just came out from the series here. But again, it's dark, it's gloomy, it deals with, depression and, ending days, you know what I'm saying? I can't say the exact word because, it's YouTube, but you know what I mean. Like, it deals with all of that. And we got this freaking alien thing trying to be over here, because you see the 2 characters here, right? You see this little alien ball thing? That's Tokopi. That's him. And then we got the little girl over here, and she's being bullied a lot. And it's not even her fault. Like, her mother's trash, so she's like, her mother out here, being an escort, doing things, and that escort is messing with a certain somebody's father, which is like the child is actually bullying her because her father is, and the mother, yeah, that's happening. So the child's like, how dare your mother mess with my father? You're messing with my family. Like she's going in on this freaking chick, and it's sad. And the thing is, Tokopi, there's a random happenstance. They found each other. And so Tokopi's like, I'm going to make you feel happy. I'm going to do the best I can to make you happy. I got gadgets and gizmos and wonders. Okay, I got you. And so he doesn't understand human emotions, the complexities of humans. He don't know nothing. So he tries to help. It's not working out. This man just does not know what he's doing. And it actually leads to something really terrible. And it's not really his fault, but he's trying his best. But it's like nothing he does, obviously, is going to really fix the situation because he doesn't know the full scope of the situation. And to be fair, the child that's actually talking to Kopi, like, she's not really giving out a lot of information either, right? But it's just so sad. And so with episode 2, with that big twist that happens with what Tokopi does, in order to actually save this child from that bully, Tokopi does an action that I didn't expect that sucker was gonna do, but it happened. And so I'm kind of curious of what's gonna happen next, because, like, someone in the comment section from the Twitch streams were telling me a certain situation could happen, but that would be kind of weird. But at the same time, I think that's the only way to get out of this. So I don't know. Like, this looks freaking insane. I've had just so many emotions with this. There's a lot of what. This might be a show, honestly, that I might need to watch, like, in the Discord or something with you guys. Like, do some live reactions. Like, I haven't done those live reactions in a minute. That might be something, because this show, I feel like, is gonna make me react to many things. Like, this show is a lot, and it's great. It's great, okay? If you can handle the darker themes and the depression that the show can bring, you're gonna have a good time with it, or you're gonna have a bad, like, sad time, but, like, it's gonna be fulfilling, because, like, the show, it's good, okay? Like, it's good. That's all you gotta know. That's all you gotta know. How you doing, Ghost Sad? Welcome in. I had it the first time. Well, look, man, look, you have it the second time, right? I don't like to go out of my way to read sad stories, but I read it not knowing the plot and jump. Liked it, but I will not watch it. I don't need to experience this again with animation and voice act. Oh, come on! But think about the feelings that you will feel, Peach. Let me stop. Now, I understand, though. Look, this is a lot. Not everybody can watch this, but it's definitely one of those ones that could be freaking, just, it can be next level. It can be next level, god dang it. I believe in the show. Like, I believe in Joe Hendry, all right? Our Star Alone kind of selling me on it. Just added it to my Crunchyroll. Good. Tell me how you feel about Death Star once you get done watching it. Another show you want to go... Yeah, I went blind into this one. I didn't know nothing, and I was pleasantly surprised by this, all right? Tokopi, let go! What did the alien body... Look, just watch the show, Prime. I'm not going to say what happened. Yeah, Tokopi the Original Sin. That's what we're talking about right now. One on the screen that you're seeing. That's why it's there. That's why it's there, right? Yeah, Clevantes is good. We just talked about that one. That was the first show we talked about. Clevantes is really good. I do like that show, and I'm gonna continue watching that one. The dub's good too. I'll say for Tokopi, it's super sad until Alien shows up. I can't even. It's still sad because even the alien gets it. And I'm not gonna say how the alien gets it, but the alien even gets it. Like, it's a lot. Okay, bullying is bad. All right. This is my PSA to everybody. Bullying is bad. Don't bully people out here. Find a different outlet to move your anger somewhere else, all right? Get a karate class lesson or something. You know what I'm saying? Do boxing. Like, do something that would actually be productive in society as opposed to just bullying, okay? Come on. Yeah. All right, I've been sold on checking out. Okay, nice. There we go. This is working. Yes, good. Orange versus episode 2 gets better, but the main character is what sells it. See, I need to watch that one. That's still another one I haven't watched yet. Oh no, sad anime, not my thing. This could surprise. Well, actually, I don't know if I'll. You could actually pass up on that Prime. Like I said, not everybody needs to watch something like this because it can be a lot and triggering, especially if you've actually dealt with bullying yourself. All right, that's what I'm saying. There is a trigger warning for the show because this is not something that anybody can just watch. All right. What'd you miss on stream? I just talked about Clevantes, Ugly Mug, the Ugly Mug Epic Fighter show, and Turkey, the bowling anime. Those are the ones we talked about. Now we're on this one. Yeah, I got good memory. I'm surprised I remember all that. But we're done with this now. Togepi is definitely like top tier. Definitely gonna be watching. I don't plan on stopping. I'm watching this entire series. Okay. And definitely not for me. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not even gonna say, hey, you should watch this. I'm not gonna put that on you. I'm not gonna put that on you, Prime. Let's move on to the next one. Yes. You guys see this right here, right? The Night of the Living Cat. Nyan. What can I say about this one? One episode's out. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, this ain't gonna win no awards. This is not gonna be like, oh, this is my favorite anime of the week. That's not happening, okay? I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. Alright, spoiler alert, this is not winning anime of the week. If you thought this was, first off, what do you take me for? Secondly, this show is just goofy, okay? If you understand zombie shows, so instead of getting bit by zombies, if you touch a cat, you turn into a cat. That's why you see the man's hand turn into a whole cat-like hand, right? Because that's all it takes for you to touch it. It doesn't have to bite you. You just have to touch the cat, and then it's like meow, and you start transforming. And it's kind of sad to see because it's like it looks like it hurts a little bit when you transform it like that. But yeah, there was some random virus that happens. The cat got it, and then this one cat spread it to other cats, and those cats get, you know how viruses go. It's like a zombie show. And so now we got these cat lovers out here because they're in a cat cafe. They love cats, and that's how you found out about the outbreak in the first place. So these cat lovers are our main characters, and yeah, the freaking dude over here is like, oh, the cat's gonna hate me for throwing them. Oh my god, like, bro, it's life or death out here, or life or a cat. I don't know how you feel. I don't know how they feel because it seems like they still retain some form of themselves, given that you see at the end of the episode, the one that got turned into a cat was actually kind of like there still like supporting his friends, right? So it's like, I don't know, man. This is, if you like goofy anime, this is definitely a goofy anime, okay? Whether or not I'm going to continue watching this, I don't know. Maybe on my spare time, I don't know. Look, I was watching Takamine-san, and yeah, I mean, I didn't finish it, but like I was watching it, and that show ain't that good. This one, what could they do to make this more interesting? If I'm being honest with you, like the premise is pretty goofy. So like, I mean, are they actually gonna find a cure? Can society like fight this? Maybe should we even fight it? What if the whole world just turns to cats? And what about the other animals? What about the other animals? Do the dogs turn to cats? Like, what happens? Like, look, I still got questions, all right? I got questions about the Night of the Living Cat, all right? I don't know how the logistics work in this goddamn show, but yeah, this is a will I watch or will I not situation. We don't know. We'll find out. Okay? Oh, this one was real. I thought it was oh, no, it's real. It's damn real. The show knows what it is and makes the show more enjoyable. Pretty much, right? Like, it's not like it's trying to be serious, so we can take it from that. Like, you can immediately take that out of your mind and be like, oh, this is not going to be The Walking Dead, okay? We're not going to sit here and be like, Carl, you know, we're not doing that. Well, maybe they could do that. Actually, that would be funny. Let me not. There's a lot of cat facts in this, too, so if you want to learn about cats, that's right, Coach Tab. If you want to learn about cats, Night of the Living Cat could be the show for you because of how accurate it is about the information for cats. So if you care about that, then there it is. No. Stop. Ever since these a meme anime, it really does. I'll take this, kinda. Look, I'll take this. Maybe it's controversial, I don't know. But I'll take this show right here over the goddamn Venom Machine Isekai, because I don't understand why it has a season 2. Why is the show still going? I don't understand. I don't understand. All right. It's funny how they said at the beginning of 90% of have cats. You know, the world is skewed. Yeah, right. It is exactly. You didn't know about the wet fur info. It was a fun watch. This man said, you know what? That info is actually kind of useful. I'm gonna use that for later. I'm not even hitting on Ezekai. I just don't, bro. Prime, get out of here with this, man. I'm talking about this goddamn vending machine. Sucker gets Ezekai into a vending machine because he loves vending machine. You know how stupid that sounds. You know what? Let me stop. Look, let me not rant on this show. Now I need a little cat. All right, it's up to you if you want to watch it. I'm not promoting this. Okay, so let's move on to the next goddamn show, please. Yes. This is another one that might be a sleeper show, but could be potentially really good. This is Betrothed by My Sister's Ex. That's what the show is called. At least the English name for it, right? Betrothed by My Sister's Ex. One episode's out for it, but this was a really good first episode. Pretty good banger of an episode. I enjoyed this quite a lot, actually. I didn't know I was going to enjoy it as much as I did, but you know what? If you ever wanted to watch like a anime Cinderella, this might be the show for you, because this is kind of what it is. So you see that chick with red hair, right? She's the Cinderella of the story, where, you know, she has a sister. Granted, the sister isn't bad to her. Her family is, like her mother and father. They're terrible. They're terrible people. They're trash, actually. But the sister seems to be okay. Granted, I mean, she doesn't enable any of the mother and father's actions, and she doesn't necessarily go along with it, but she doesn't stop it either, right? So, like, I mean, how good is she really as a sister, if you're being honest here, right? I mean, that was a question I had to ask when I was seeing all this, when she was getting, you know, just misused and abused and always wearing rags, and you gotta clean the house, you gotta do this, got no shoes on, like, you know what I mean? Like, they were just mistreating her. So, quick synopsis I can give you about this, because it's the first episode. It's only the first episode. The sister dies. Yeah. You see that prince over there? That prince was actually supposed to marry the sister, but the sister, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how, but she's gone now, and she ends up taking her place. Ultimately, that's what it is. Supposedly. The thing is, though, what I like about the show, which is kind of interesting about it, right? I don't know if it's also maybe the fact that she's not used to being like pampered, right? Because, you know, again, you can kind of accurately look at her like a slave in some way, because she's doing slave work. She's doing maid job stuff, right? She's not out here actually having a moment. Even on her birthday, she couldn't even have a moment. It was all about her sister. It's like, huh? Like, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, her sister didn't stop this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know, but it was just, you know, she has a very unfortunate life. A very unfortunate life that has now become fortunate for her. But she doesn't really fully accept that. And also, she doesn't know if she really loves this guy, so she's not trying to, like, actually get engaged with him just yet. So the prince actually has to have some work to be done here. He's gonna have to put in some work to actually get her to fall in love for real. It's not like she doesn't like him, though, because they do have actual, some common ground and some commonalities when it comes to, the area that they live in. Like, there's stuff that she knows, and he likes that information, and you know what I mean. It's nice. It's nice. So they have commonality here, maybe even more so than the sister. We don't know, actually, but it is nice to see this little dynamic that's happening here, and the fact that she's not immediately just accepting this fate is pretty cool to see as well. So I'm kind of curious what kind of opposition she's actually gonna bring to the table to the prince before, you know, she starts to really get into the groove of all this, right? So this could be a really good love story. It's something I think, you know, if you like romance, you might actually enjoy this. Just a little bit. All right? There's only one episode out so far. I liked it so far, so I'm going to keep watching. I'll give it the 3-episode rule. If it falls off a cliff, you will know through seasonal talk. So, yeah. I don't want to fully recommend this just yet, but if you like romance, I would give it a shot. Reminds me of Perfect Saint. Oh, sister has her whole life in the silver platter, so she is in her own bubble. Yeah, right, yeah. That's what it seems like from the sister's perspective right there, right? Because I'm like, I don't understand why she's not standing up for you know, her younger sister here. Like, what's happening? I love romance. I like the girl more than I thought. She's not a space cadet. Exactly. That's what I'm saying here. He gets Ezekai into a sword, although the Ezekai is good. I mean, that could work. I mean, a sword is different from a freaking vending machine, bro. Yeah. Ghost, don't worry about that. Why you bringing that up? Look. Damn, she did. She got turned into a cat. No, she didn't get turned into a cat. If the shows cross freaking streams, that'd be weird, okay? No, she is kind into a venomous. Guys, what are you talking about? I'm done. Y'all stupid. Goddamn. So she wants what's in his pants, but not to marry. Not necessarily. No, that's not what. No, that's not what it is. Again, she. You could say she's humble, but I wouldn't say that's even the case with that. It's just she's been through hard times, so she's not acclimated into this type of world of princes and them treating just being treated right. She's not used to this at all. So it's a very like big 180 turn for her that she's not willing to fully accept just yet. You know what I mean? So this is something that she still has to get accustomed to. That's why I want to see how she actually handles this whole situation. I don't know about no banging though, right? Slave being forced against her will with no rights. It's more like a violent career. I mean, I guess in a way, yeah. I guess in a way. Dude is hot as fuck, so she is set. And yes, the guy, you know, he's a good-looking dude. I'm not gonna lie, all right? He's a good-looking guy. So I'm like, I mean, you kind of got the look of the draw. It's not like you freaking trying to... See, I feel bad about saying this, but you're not trying to marry ugly mug epic fighter. You're not trying to marry that guy, all right? Like, but see, I'm doing it. This is why the show needs to actually have some more commentary when it comes to ugliness of human beings and not just their face. I'm just saying, all right? Yes, I'm going to be doing a ranking at the end. I'm going to be doing a ranking at the end, actually. So, yes, stay tuned for that, Ghost Tab. We're about to do that. But let's go on to the other anime, because I think there's like one or two more. Ah, yes. Oh, boy. This one was actually another surprising hit. I'm not going to lie. After I got done watching Apocalypse Hotel, I said to myself, oh, there's another hotel show. I mean, why not watch another one? Apocalypse Hotel is kind of lit. Let's see what Hotel Inhumans is all about. Let me tell you, I was happy about this one. This does not take the same route that freaking Apocalypse Hotel does, okay? We got goons in these hotels, okay? These goons, they goons on top of other goons. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what these guys are. You see these two people in the picture? They goons, okay? If you come to them, they got your back, all right? You getting chased by the mafia? Don't worry about it. They take them out, all right? You know, look, if it's by the orders by somebody else, some other higher tier goon, they got you. Don't worry, all right? They know what they doing. The blonde hair chick right there, she know what she doing. She kind of go to with the sauce, okay? Don't mess with her. She gonna take you out. What I actually liked about this show though isn't necessarily the aspects of like the hotel itself. It's actually the story. The story elements of what we got so far, which I do wonder if they're actually going to continue on with it, because I don't know. But this first episode deals with this guy trying to pretty much... He had his last hit, basically, right? And his last hit was going to allow him to then see his sister, which she ends up turning 20. But apparently in this world, if you hit the age of 20, you die or something along those lines. I don't know why, but like they don't really explain that. But yeah, like once you hit that age, you know, it's over for you. But with the requirements that he has set, in order to protect his sister, the mafia boss, the people that he was hired for initially, the first head boss, told him, if you do all this, yada, 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 you can see your sister. But for now, you'll just get audio recordings. And that's why every year he got audio recordings of his sister to be able to hear what's going on with her and yada, 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 right? So, as you know, goons are goons. The old head is gone. There's a new head in town. The new head's like, let's go clean up all the old suckers, all the old people that are part of that old regime. Because we got to have a new regime. So obviously, he's now the hitman now being hit on, right? So he has to try to leave. He got shot. He's all hurt. He gets to the hotel and the hotel said, I got you because the old head told me about you and we won't protect you. And so, yeah, the protection happened. We ended up actually hearing about what pretty much went on with the sister. It's kind of sad. I'm not gonna exactly say what happened, but like that little moment that we were hearing with this, and then what we see at the end of the episode, it was wholesome. It was wholesome. So that's why I'm wondering. The reason why I asked this question, like, are we gonna continue this story between this character that was running away from this freaking group here? Is he gonna work at the hotel? Because I feel like they might need more like Hitman style people, because all he can do is kill. That's all he's learned, right? He's proficient at it. So, like, is that something he's going to end up doing? Is he going to be a part of the hotel working for them and doing these type of hits and everything too and helping people out? Like, how is this actually going to all work out given the situation at hand? Also raising other questions that happen within the show. I don't want to spoil everything about this because I feel like it's worth definitely watching the first episode for this, simply because like the story of this character and what goes on with the sister and all that. It's nice. It's nice. I enjoy it. Animation's good on this too. It's not like it's hitting those soul leveling, Demon Slayer type stuff, but it's solid work. I do like what I'm seeing. The visuals are hitting in my face, and I'm like, yes, give me more. Okay, so yeah, this is something to watch. I'll keep a tab on this. I'll give it 3 episodes. Before I decide whether or not I'm gonna drop this, but I don't think I will. The show has potential, but it could also be one of those shows that's kind of like Apocalypse Hotel, where it's more episodic in a way, where we just deal with what goes on within the hotel itself, right? Like, they can expand more into that if they wanted to, but they could also expand into this guy's story. So they have routes to take. I just don't know where they're going to go with this, so I'll keep my eye on this. Does he learn that people die when they're killed? Yes, actually. He does learn that later on in life. He does. I had to give this a watch. I wasn't sure about it after seeing the trailer. Yeah, right? Like, I don't think the trailer really sold it well enough. That's what I'm saying. Like, is this something, at least watch the first episode too, and come back to this? Come back to me, and let's talk about it, because I'm curious what y'all thought, what your thoughts are for Hotel Inhumans. It's good. One rock anime I was talking about was called Ruby Rock. Oh yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. I haven't watched. So I saw that the image of that show, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't it look kind of sus just a little bit? I didn't know I was getting myself into, so I didn't watch it yet. But I plan to watch that one later. Face models are interesting looking. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about the animation, like, and how things are kind of drawn here. There is some pretty good character designs. I think that's like gonna be set in the show. That's why I'm looking forward to this. Need to fill the hotel hole at the Apocalypse Hotel. Exactly. Yes. I mean, I don't know why you say it like that, but yes. I think I only watched on this so far. Wait, Goon Anime. Oh, never mind. You mean the other Goon? Yeah, the other Goon. Yeah, not. See, I use Goon as a term of like thugs, right? Like them suckers, not the other way. All right. When you hit 20, you get isekai'd into a gumball machine. I wouldn't be surprised by that, honestly. You start sleeping with the fishes, right? You might become Chihiro's fish. I don't know. And we're still coming up, waiting for Solo Camp and Pantheon Stock, right? Like, there's still so much anime to talk about, and so many shows still coming out, which is why, like, I think there's gonna be like rotations of anime within seasonal talk that we're gonna be talking about, because there's just so much, and I'm gonna watch as much as I can. And then bring this to you, and so we can actually at least talk about all the shows that are here and like really get into this. All right, Fish Isekai win. Prime, don't give them ideas. They might do it. All right. I think we have one more here, so let's go check out real quick. Let me see. Oh, yes, yeah. What am I talking about? How to forget? How to forget about? Of course, there's one more here. It's Gachiakuta. What am I doing? I'm sitting like, oh, I think we're almost done, or I think we're done. It's Gachiakuta. This one is probably the most hyped, or at least one of the most hyped out of this season that I've seen, at least on Twitter. I don't know how everyone else feels about this show, but I've seen a lot of hype around this series. So going into this, I was hoping or expecting something like great about this show, which I can see the potential. I can see the potential in this. The first episode of Gachiakuta is good. It's solid work. They do everything pretty much right. We have the main character right here. You see this dude, right? He gets developed. We understand that apparently his father was trash. Supposedly by the people. I can't really trust the people, what they're saying, because like they seem very like biased and skewed, so I don't know what's going on with them. But because the father is supposedly trash, he is trashing, and they talking about how his hands stinky and everything, because apparently he has something going on with his hands. We don't know exactly what, but something's going on with his hands, which is why he has those big old gloves on. So we get development on his character. We understand what's going on with him, what drives him, and what motivates him. Perfect, right? We also get pretty much, I'm assuming, like maybe one of the main villains he has to take out, because this sucker over here ends up killing the only family he has left, right? This man that took him in, ends up, for some reason he just kills. I don't know why. They don't explain nothing. The sucker's just here, and then they found him by the dead body, and so it's people like, I knew it. I knew you were trash all along. Look at you. You're just like this garbage on the ground. Oh, how dare you kill this man? You're just like your father. Like, bro, what? Like, no questions asked. They ain't trying to listen to him. They don't care about nothing, all right? They care about nothing. Also about this world within Gachiakuta, there's a trash area, like trash section. It's like Wall Maria and Wall. Well, it's like, I can't even say that. I mean, Wall Cena's nice, and then there's Wall Maria that's like filled with Titans. But like it's the whole point is Wall Maria is like the first one to go when a Titan attack happens, and it's not in the best conditions. It's wide, but it's like still dirty. So Gachiakuta, we got a dirty area, and then we got this really clean, pristine area, and this clean, pristine suckers are like, oh. Why you left the trash in here? Why you walk around? Oh, you smell like doo-doo on Tuesday. Oh my God. Like that's the, you got them uppity suckers. So, you know how it is. You know how it is. So, they set up the world pretty nicely too. That was another thing that they did well within the first episode, to set up the world and make you understand, what they're dealing with. And then there's this abyss area that's in the trash section, right? In the trash section. The abyss is this area that everybody gets dropped into for if you ever do a crime, if they think you a bad man, you just get thrown up in there. So yeah, at the end of this episode, this dude right here, the main character, gets thrown in that area. And then come to find out, that area is filled with like mutated trash that become like monsters. Like it's like, what? So yeah, it's an interesting first episode, and they do a lot of things right, and it gets you interested in knowing what's gonna happen next, and what can he do? Because we already know he's gonna have some kind of ability, because his arms are all messed up, so we don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be some form of ability that's gonna allow him to do X, Y, and Z. I just don't know what yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Definitely a solid first episode. Is it the best thing I've ever seen? No, but it does everything it needs to do right for the first episode. I'll give Gachiakuta that. All right. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this. This is definitely a 3-episode watch at least, to see whether or not I'm gonna keep up with this. But I'm pretty sure this is gonna be one of those ones I'm gonna keep watching until the end. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. The Trash Titans, exactly. I like Trash Aaron. Yes, this is what this. He is technically Trash Aaron. He said, I'm gonna kill all those people. I was like, oh boy, here we go again. I remember this song and tune. And another one, a simul dub, which is great. I'm loving the fact that we're getting simul dubs. Speaking of dubs, by the way, I will start getting some dub thoughts out here soon. Expect it on a different channel, though. I'm thinking of moving into a different channel altogether and just do dub thoughts over there. So I'll give you guys more details on that over my twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster. Over on Twitch, we'll be talking about that a bit more. But I have this idea, and I'll discuss it more over there. Margarita's aware about this one. They really do. They really do. Gachiakuta is that one that's like, everybody's like, you gotta watch it, all right? Actually, nothing about Gachiakuta going into this. And for our first interaction is, damn, it did it cook? Yeah. Like I said, it's definitely not bad. Like I said, it did everything it needed to do correctly. So I can't even fault it for that. Reminds me of Alita Battle Angel. And, Alita Battle Angel is actually not a bad comparison. It's kind of like that. Well, I won't say it's kind of like that, but like I can see what you mean, though. Like, the manga hype was from the art, which is true. I mean, the animation's pretty good in the show, mind you. So they do capture what the art is. Also, just the character designs in general, Gachiakuta, from what I've seen from the manga, looks pretty good. Looks pretty heat. I was filming the first episode, but I've seen manga panels and characters to come. And I'm willing to keep watching and see with epic stuff. Haven't heard a bad thing about the manga, so I'm saying, yeah, same. I haven't heard anything bad about the manga at all about this show, so I am gonna stay around too. And like I said, I mean that's fair to have that opinion, by the way, Peach, because like I said, it doesn't do anything wrong, but it's not like the most. This first episode didn't fully grab me to continue watching this, right? It's not a banger first episode to a point where I was like, I gotta keep watching necessarily, right? I feel like I still need a little bit more. To really be in tune with this world is a thing here. So that's why I said I gotta get a 3-episode roll, because it is good. It's just I gotta see what else is gonna happen with this. So will Trash Aaron pull the trigger this time? Maybe, possibly. I mean, the way he's talking, he might do it. All right. So when we talked about it, but I hope this commits to making him having a sense of madness, but I don't think it will. Yeah, we talked about that before. I don't know if it's gonna do that. I doubt it. I have a feeling, I don't know, the feeling I get from this guy's like character here, I don't think he's that type of person to necessarily do that, especially considering that if he does do that, that only proves what everybody said up top right about him, right? That he is just trash, he's just like his father, he's a killer. I don't know if that's the right messaging they would want to have for their main character, is the thing here. What new anime you plan to watch this week, that you missed this week? Probably the Water Magician. That's still one I need to watch, so there's one that's on top of my head I will watch here, probably in a minute. Second channel should be called the Workmaster. Maybe. I don't know what I'm gonna call it just yet, but I have ideas. That's what I'm saying. We got to talk about that. I felt very betrayed when his friend dropped the stuff. Yeah, that crap that's so. What? That made no sense to me, actually. That's the only thing I actually disliked about the show, or the first episode, is that situation there. Because, like, obviously, didn't they like each other, right? Like, she's trying to see the good in this man, and she's like, oh, you're not like the father. You're not like this. You're not like what he's saying you are, right? And then all of a sudden, this one instance, which, again, you didn't hear him out. No one talked to the dude. Like what? You've seen how people are in this freaking town. You think they're gonna look at him in a different way? You think it's just? You think this is justice? Like, you need to have another brain cell just there. I didn't understand because, like, bro, what? I don't know, man. Dub breaker, maybe. All right, nah, Prime, stop it. Kind of funny that we got 2 animes about trash coming out this season. I've noticed that. I feel like it's trying to tell us something. I think it's telling us in 2025 we need to start recycling. I think that's what it is. Also, this one has 26 episodes in for long haul. Yeah, exactly. So if I do continue watching this is gonna be one of those long haul animes. Trash Aaron is not a malicious person. I doubt he plans to take him. Yeah, I don't think so, but we'll see. Trigger Birth verse MC was enjoyable. Okay, I got you. I'm trying to put that on the list then. Where's that at? It's on Crunchyroll, right? Yeah, it was definitely left field, right? Because I was like, that makes no sense. Why she was just like, nope, can't mess with this. She go to trash now. Yeah, I feel mad about that scene. Just showed how shallow people will be. I mean, yeah, but it's just like, come on now. No one else is on his side. Like, that's the only thing they didn't actually develop was like side characters, because like no one else is on his side. God, the only other person they actually cared about was dead. Like, what? Smart telling the rest of people threw him out, so she followed the pack versus smart. But people can be dumb, yes. It's like it's more about hoarding and recycling. I wouldn't say that, because they are throwing stuff away, right? Or you talk about like the message here. I mean, recycle's not a bad thing because you're reusing stuff. Isn't that what the main character does? The main character gets that trash and then fixes it up and then reuses it. He repurposes it. That's why I say it's like recycling, because that's what we do with recycling. Yes, versus it's on Crunchyroll. It's also Trigger Fragrant Flowers, and that's another one that's on my list. Now everything should be happy. No, now everything should. But I'm just saying he needs at least one person. That's all I'm saying. Just one person. That's all I ask. But Gachiakuta, definitely not a bad first episode. I'll be watching more. I'll see how this thing is, and we'll continue on with this feeling here. Hopefully, it delivers. All right, I want to see this thing deliver like freaking DiGiorno's. Even though DiGiorno doesn't deliver, but it delivers on flavor, supposedly, potentially. I eat it. Okay, that's all it needs to matter, right? Like, I eat the pizza. Another man's trash, another man's treasure. Exactly. So let's move on to the next one. There is no next one. We're done. All right. All right. So now, what we can do real quick before we actually move on to Anime of the Week. Before we get to that one, I do want to give ratings for each of the shows that we did talk about here. So Clevantes, I will say for the first 2 episodes. Episode 1 was pretty freaking good. I'll give this like an 8.5. Episode 2, I'll give it like a 9 out of 10. Very good work. Very solid stuff. This is actually one of those shows I didn't know I was going to like this much. But god dang it, this show's really freaking good. And I do recommend it. I highly recommend it. Clevantes is really good. All right. It's some good stuff. So let's move on to the next one here. When it comes to this show, Ugly Mug, Epic Fighter. Good premise so far. I don't know where we're going to go with this, so I don't want to rate it too high. Only 1 episode I've seen thus far for this. So the 1 episode I will give it like a 7 out of 10. It's solid. It did what it needed to do, right? And I just need to see where we're going to go here when it comes to this show, but it's definitely not bad. That's why I was recommending it in some regards, especially if you're into isekais. I think you'll like this one if you're an isekai fan, right? You should mess with this. Because episode 2 was amazing. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it more than episode 1. That's why I gave it freaking 9 out of 10. That episode was fantastic. That was a fantastic second episode. I look forward to this. So, move on to the next one. Turkey. Interestingly enough, again, this was not a bad first episode either, because there's only 1 episode I watched so far with this. I will give this about like a 6 out of 10. I think Epic Fighter, Ugly Mug Epic Fighter is a little bit better than this show. Only because it feels like it's a little bit more well-rounded in that sense. So I'll give this like a 6 out of 10. Definitely not bad. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I need to see what happens the next episode before I give it any higher rating, because I don't know where we're going with this. It really threw me for a loop at the end there. So I'll wait to see before I'll give full final ratings, but like this is what I give it right now. Is like a 6 out of 10. It's definitely not bad. It's better than average, which is why my average score is 5 out of 10, guys. So I want to throw that out there. 5 out of 10 is pure average, and then 6 is like better than average. 7 is like good. 8 is pretty good. 9 is very good, and then 10 is like perfect, or it's near perfect. I won't even say it's perfect, because like there's no show that's perfect, right? But if I ever give something a 10, it's like near perfection. That's how I do it. But I barely do that. That's what you say. Blowing Esekai. Come on, this episode 2 was I don't know what happened there. All right, let's continue. Okay. See, the thing is about this one's harder for me, because like I like the vibes that the show can give, but I will say this show might be a bit more difficult for others to get into for real. I have a feeling that with how its pacing is for the show. Also, I mean, there's also Yuri aspects in there, so I can already tell that's going to be probably a con just by itself, because, again, I mean, I'm somebody that can watch anything. I don't really care, like, what's happening with Yuri, yaoi, whatever the case is, or, you know what I mean? Like, I said Yuri. I just realized what I said. If it's yaoi aspects. I said Yuri this entire time. I'm going to edit that in one of the videos, but if it has yaoi aspects in it, and if that turns you off, I understand, right? But, like, for me, I can watch anything. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as the story's good. But I feel like the first episode wasn't like the best thing we could have gotten out of this, so I honestly would probably give this like a 5 out of 10 as an average like rating overall for this, because it's not bad, but I need to see where we go with the story here before I even, if I'm even gonna still watch this, right? I need to know where we're going with this, but I do like it so far. I personally still like it so far, but if I'm being honest, I think I could probably put it around there for now to see where we go here. Yeah, I probably gonna slip also. You're not wrong. Yeah. I realized what I said. I think you said it too. So I was like, wait a minute. It's not Yuri. Yuri's freaking the chicks. Like, what are we talking about? Come on, there's an Original Sin or the 2. I'm checking out for sure. Yes, and you should. And you should, Desto. Those are the ones that I'm hyping up the most, I feel like, right now. Because I didn't expect them to be as good as they were. And they delivered. All right. Obviously, with Tokopi, this is interesting. Trying to think about it. Because the first episode, I mean, funny enough, so the battle, it seems like what's going to happen here, right, is Tokopi versus Clavantes, right? So if you see how my ratings are going to end up happening here, you might end up knowing which one's going to end up winning. But these are the two ones that are probably like the highest rated for me. Because like, if I really had to think about it, because they both have 45-minute episode, like, or no, I think Clavantes had like a 37-minute first episode. It was a longer episode than usual, if I'm not mistaken. And the second episode is like a regular 24-minute long thing. Same thing with this show too. So they kind of are in the same comparisons here when it comes to the length of time. But overall, like I said, I think this might be my favorite out of the season. So if I'm going to give a rating for this, I think for the first episode, it's like a 9 out of 10. And for episode 2, I think I probably also want to give it like a 9 out of 10 as well. I don't want to give it a 9.5, but it's like I want to give it a 9 out of 10. This is super good. Very solid work. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. So I'm highly rating this, okay? I'm highly rating this. It just barely exits out on one other show, basically, all right? You've just seen this, okay? You've heard it here first. So that's the rating I'm giving it for this show. Let's move on here. I keep forgetting that like this is like on the list. Oh boy. So he gets 2 chappies out of en route to the glue factory out of 3 happy camera. What? It's like a what? Tokopi gets better in episode 2. Also, Tokopi and Clavantes are too different from each other to compare. It's not really a comparison necessarily. I will explain more about my rating system over on Twitch, because I feel like you guys get confused a little bit on how I kind of rate things here. But yeah, Academy 10 out of 10. God dang it. Always got 7 lives. Oh my god, this will probably be the most sold out of everything in terms of story and animation. I think so too. But Night at the Living Cat, I mean, I didn't have the thing is, I didn't have a bad time with it, but it's just such a silly show is the thing here. I mean, this I'm not gonna lie, these are the shows, like this, like comedy shows in general are the hardest things for me to rate, simply because like comedy is super subjective to a point where it's like, because I can like something like on a personal term, but it's like you're not gonna like that joke. Like, you know what I mean? Like you guys told me about like other like comedy based animes and stuff that you want me to watch and stuff, and I didn't really like laugh at it. But it's like I know it's not for me necessarily. Like this is not necessarily a bad show, but this is definitely not one of those shows that's gonna do anything. Like this is gonna be one of those ones that you'll watch probably on your spare time, right? Like I don't see this really being anything more than what it is, which is a goofy anime. So like on a personal level, I would want to put it higher than what I'm about to give it, only because I did enjoy, like I had a good time with it. Like personally, I'd probably give it like a 6 because I enjoyed it. But like realistically speaking, if I was actually trying to be subjective here, this is not a show I don't think everybody's gonna watch this. This is not gonna be a show you're gonna recommend to people, right? Like I don't think it's gonna be like, you gotta watch the Eye of the Living Cat. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're not doing that. Like this show is not gonna be having no motion. So I'll probably have to give it like a 4 out of 10 overall. Like it's not a bad first episode, but it's like it's not really doing much at the end of the day. All right, you get 1 vending machine out of 9. Dang, now 1. Yeah, so we're only doing new anime at the moment. We'll jump into other stuff later here. Anime seems like something to be fun. Binge watch, I don't know about week to week. Yeah, same, right, Desto? Exactly. If you don't like cats, that's also true too. If you don't like cats, you're really not. Man, why are you even looking at it? You might get allergic. Yeah. Don't worry, cat under his pants looks sus. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You ain't see that. Don't worry about that. All right. All right, Betrothed by my sister's ex. This was another sleeper one that I didn't expect to be as good, like I said already. So interestingly enough, I'm actually probably gonna give this a higher rating than I would like to. There's only 1 episode. And then this is kind of the other thing too. I want to throw this out here real quick. Some shows have more than 1 episode. So like this is why I gotta start structuring this a little bit differently. Only because I would like to have shows that are like on the same time frame in a way when I do the stream, right? Because if this had 2 episodes, maybe this could have been the one to overtake like Clevantes or Tokopi, right? Because if I'm being honest, I really enjoyed this first episode. So much so that I give at least like an 8.5. This is very good. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I'm looking forward to seeing where the story actually goes here. So it has me interested quite a bit here. All right. As you know, the Deer anime, really liked it, but kind of forgot about it after like 3 episodes. Comedy is hard to do. Yeah, like Peach. Like comedy in general in anime, especially considering that it can be very dated very quickly. That's what kind of sucks about it, right? Like Witch Watch is a great example of it's to me it's good comedy. I enjoy the little jokes and stuff like that of the anime they decide to put in here and all that, right? I like that stuff, but it's like that might not be for everybody. People maybe want to see more original jokes as opposed to just, you know, callbacks to other anime and stuff like that, right? So I don't know. Witch Watch is an interesting one to rate as well, because I don't know where I would put it outside of, if I just look at it outside of the comedy. Witch Watch is still good. Like the actual story elements of the show and how serious it can get is actually pretty good. So I would still probably rate it pretty high, simply because outside of its comedy, it still holds something that you can watch and keep interest in, basically, right? So yeah, had the first episode of Science Gate, but I love the rest of it. It's my top anime show. Interesting, really. I didn't know that. I didn't know you disliked the first episode of Science Gate. Huh. 30 episode rule exists because most shows need more than exactly. And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't want to like jump on these shows or hate on the shows too quickly, only because some shows need that 3 episode lock. Sometimes it might need more. Steins Gate, in my opinion, needs more than just 3 episodes. Madoka Magica is the perfect 3 episode anime, because the 3rd episode, that's when crap hits the fan, right? Like, if you watch only the 1st episode of Madoka Magica, you would not know how crazy that show actually gets. You know what I mean? So this is why it matters when you actually have more to see. That's why Gachiakuta is a great example of this, but I feel like we might get more into it and it's going to be even like better than what we're actually getting right now. But for this, I give it 8.5. 8.5 for Betrothed to My Sister's Ex. I like this show. I like this a lot, all right? It does what it needs to do. Hotel Inhumans is also another one that was actually a very good show. I enjoyed it a lot. He's got dang. I just don't know where the story is going to go with this, because it leaves it very, for the first episode anyways, right? It leaves it very open-ended on what we might do here. But I mean, it keeps me interested. And the fact that there's actual layers to this, I look forward to it. There's a lot of lore that needs to be explored. So I will say the first episode, I feel like could have done a bit better of a job of actually exploring a bit of the lore of the world a bit. Because, I mean, it's a lot, there's too many questions and nothing really answered in the first episode, which, I mean, it's not bad to do, obviously, because you want intrigue, right? But I feel like there's a little too much at times with this. So overall, for me, I'll probably give this like an 8 out of 10. This is good. This is why I recommend it, because it is something worth watching just by the first episode alone. So yeah, I'll give it 8 out of 10. Episode 5 was when mommy gets mommied. Wait, what? A lot of seasons. Episode 2 is way better than episode 1. Yeah, right? I think that's kind of what's going on too, right? I think that's what's actually happening. I give it a 7.5. Show caps out at 10. Non-robot run hotels. Exactly. There's no robots. So, well, we don't know yet. We don't know yet. There could be robots. You better watch out. You better watch out. There's more robots coming, man. And then you got Gachiakuta. Gachiakuta, overall, like I said, doesn't really do anything wrong here. And even what I said when it comes to the chick that kind of like drops drops that man, is not, it's a personal dislike I have, but I can't use that as a rating scale simply because it's a personal thing. Like I personally didn't appreciate that, but story-wise, it does make sense. Like I can't, you know what I mean? Like it makes sense through the story, so I can't really fault it for that. So overall, like for Gachiakuta, I'll give it probably a solid 8 out of 10 too overall, because it's a solid anime, solid first episode. It's something that I'm interested enough in to want to see what the next episode actually holds. So it has my attention, but doesn't have me. I'm not fully like invested in the show just yet, like I am with Tokopi or with Clevantes. But this show is good, and I do want to see where we're going with this. So I'll probably give it like 8 out of 10 overall, because it isn't bad. It's okay. It wasn't bad. Needs more, especially for a battle anime. Yeah, but I think I said like the first episode was a lot of setup, and it needed that setup, and it did a good job doing that setup. This is something I feel like, again, Hotel Inhumans kind of forgot to do a little bit here. I'll give it 7.5 bags out of trash. Oh my god. Well, maybe 8. I'm saying, like I said, 8's like I think I can give it the highest here. I don't want to go any higher than that, honestly. So that is all the ratings for this. So you kind of know, given what I just rated, you know what the freaking anime of the week is gonna be, right? Y'all know what it is, right? Anime of the week is Tokopi's original sin. Look, it's just, come on, y'all probably saw this coming. Look, it's pretty obvious at the end of the day. All right, yeah, exactly. You can have a camera for this fight. Look, man, that triggers me every time. All right, that triggers me every time. But yes, Tokopi original sin had to get the dub. This show is fantastic. I enjoyed it quite a lot. This is the one I will say and rock with and say, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. Also, Thumper, welcome in. Hi. I'm using your intro stuff, by the way. The things you made for me, they're back. They're back, okay? They're being used. My sad go. Exactly, all right? Exactly. Now, I just will say this. Unless the show's just that heat, we will switch around. We will switch around the winners. All right, we're not going to run into a Blue Lock situation, okay? Because when I was doing seasonal talk last time and Blue Lock was like on the scene, Blue Lock literally won almost every week because the show was freaking fire the entire time. All right, the entire time. It was just too good. Season 1 was too good. If I was still doing seasonal talk and I was watching freaking season 2, I'd be crying. I'm like, the worst anime of the week. Blue Lock. Ah! Truth be told, I think I should actually put that as a thing too. When it comes to like the worst anime of the week, I might do that too. It depends. It depends on what I watch. If I'm watching enough shows, I could probably throw that in there. It might not even be a show I'm talking about. It just be a show I randomly just throw in there like freaking Bootleg Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can give it a shot, but like I said, I just warn you. Given how you are, Prime, I warn you about this show. Just watch yourself with it, okay? You get a category like best action, best romance, best cat. What? Get that Vin Machine out of Best Goomer? Maybe. What's your favorite OP so far? I mean, since y'all reminded me, freaking Call of the Night. I'm not even watching Call of the Night, but Call of the Night has the best opening of this season so far. That opening's freaking fire. Like, what's happening? Creepy Nuts, man. They don't know. They need to stop. They need to stop. Okay, they're too good. They're just too good. I don't understand why they're so good. Again, I'm not even watching Call of the Night, but real recognizes real. That opening's freaking fantastic. So yeah, that's my favorite opening outside of maybe Dandadan's, because I also really like Dandadan's opening. I tend to listen to that like all the time at this point. Like they know what they're doing. Freaking fire soundtrack, all right. I still need to listen to that. I have yet to listen to Water Magician's opening and everything. Dude, call it not opening was crazy. That's what I'm saying, Peach. I'm not even watching. Like again, I'm not even watching the show. But I can't deny what I'm hearing. Okay. Well, it was when every week until Vinland started to lock in. That is true. Yeah, yeah. When Vinland finally locked in, that's when it started actually getting the dubs and it got the final. I think Vinland Saga got the final award, right? If I'm not mistaken. Because again, I have no enemies. Like that was freaking beautiful, man. Openings from new anime. Since we're only talking about new. Oh, you got a point. Okay, for new anime. Interesting. Should I mean. I think Levantes is the one, I think. I'm trying to remember. I gotta double check on that. I'll get back to you on that one. That's a good question, actually. You got a good point. I think Levantes might be the one I like when it comes to anime openings from them. I haven't listened to enough of it yet. Is the thing, but I think Levantes might be the one I like the most out of the ones we have here. I think I like that the most. A lot of the other ones, you know, just kind of generic sounding. I'm not gonna lie. Some of them. I mean, Toko P's not bad, but like, because it fits with the show. But like, I mean, it's alright. It's alright. So I need to listen to the call night opening. Wait, you haven't heard it yet, this though, bro? Look, Creepy Nuts did it again. That's all I'm gonna say. Creepy Nuts did it again. All right. I've been here far too long. And I'll give you like, shoot. Do I order food? We'll see what happens. I don't know. I need to eat something, but I will say around 9 o'clock. So give me like 13 minutes, maybe 15. Give me 15. I'm going to try to eat something real quick, and then we'll get into the Twitch stream. Twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster will be over there. We're going to be playing some more Deltarune and just kind of chilling. So I hope to see you guys all there. So that's what we're going to be doing here. If you guys can real quick too, for everybody that's in here, can y'all give this stream a like? I would like to see this actually do something, right? I would love to have this like circulate to other anime fans so we can actually all come together and start talking about anime, right? I would love to have that kind of go on here for Seasonal Talk. Because Seasonal Talk, what I want this to end up being is almost like a podcast-ish type of situation where we talk about different animes, but then we also, you know, just kind of chop it up a little bit too, right? I would like to do that. As anime fans, we need a place that's like that. I would love to do something like this, right? There even could be potential guests for Seasonal Talk as we move forward with this as well. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Like this is the ambition I have for Seasonal Talk. So we're doing it again. We brought it back. It's back to the original format, but there's gonna be some things different. I will try to change up a little bit, and yeah, look out for like the cut up videos of Seasonal Talk as its own thing potentially here. So I hope you guys watch. So yeah, if you like the stream, please do. If you anybody that's new in here, please subscribe because we will be doing this on the weekly basis until the season is done. At least for the next 12 weeks. For at least in the next 12 weeks, Seasonal Talk will be going. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be doing here. First time watching Seasonal Talk, I enjoyed it. Oh, I'm glad you did, Ghost Stab. Thank you, sir. Thank you. 9 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, PM, not AM. AM, PM. Yeah, stream on Twitch next. Yeah, so like give me like 13 minutes or so. Were you playing on Twitch tonight? Yeah, it's freaking Deltarune. Giving us did it again. What a sentence. Look, man, that's their name. What am I supposed to do? All right, guys. I will see you guys very soon. Go over on Twitch. Just wait in the lobby if you want to. I'll be over there in a minute. All right. Drink goddamn water. Take goddamn vitamins, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, people.